All right, let's talk about Bronny James. So for all those that are not familiar, Bronny James, obviously LeBron James' son. We've talked about this before. A lot of people, there was a lot of conversation around whether or not it was nepotism, whether or not they cared that it was nepotism, Bronny getting into the league. All those conversations are cool, but I think another conversation needs to be had at this point. And let's take a look at the video and we'll have the convo.
Well, yes, we were all more than aware that Bronny James didn't deserve to be anywhere near an NBA basketball court other than if he was, mopping up sweat when a player fell or fetching water during timeouts. But is it possible Bronny...
And I got to be very clear. I'm a Bronny fan. I like Bronny. I like Bronny James. I like Bronny. I'm rooting for Bronny more than LeBron right now, just being totally honest. However, and this is one of the problems that I'm going to detail, like LeBron causes this video. Look at the name of it. Bronny Saga hits a pathetic new low. People making fun of him. LeBron James caused all this. This is LeBron James's fault. Let's keep going.
Bronny is even worse than originally anticipated. Not only is it possible, it is an outright certainty at this point. Since Bronny has been relegated finally to the G League, we have learned that his scrub ass isn't even good enough to play there. But don't tell that to Pops. Remember?
And I'm not sure if y'all are also aware. Let me actually see when this video was put out. So this is a day ago. So they may actually talk about it. I don't even know if I went through this entire full video. But so what they're doing with Bronny is now he's playing. He's not traveling. So he's in the G League. Well, he plays for the G League team. So the G League is kind of their developmental team. It's not like it's like single A, double A, triple A baseball. It's like the minor leagues. That's their minor league team. But he's also on the bench at the Lakers games, the actual NBA games. Why? For marketing purposes. He may get in the game if the team's blowing if they're blowing another team out, or maybe getting blown out, whatever. He'll get some minutes. But he's not playing the away games with the developmental team. So it's like he's not doing the road trips with them. So he's not going on the commercial flights. He's not staying in the Courtyard Marriotts. He's only going on the private planes. Like that's, I guess, what he's only good at. He's too good for the commercial. Everything that LeBron James is gifting his son, in my opinion, is detrimental to his son. LeBron James, in my opinion, is allowing his ego and insecurities to get in the way of his son actually developing on his own into what I believe he would become a great or a good basketball player. Don't necessarily need to say great. When you talk to people with a lot of money, what is the hardest thing that they have to do? To teach their kids lessons that they learned from not having money, but now they got to teach their kids those same lessons growing up in a privileged environment because their parents have money. Very hard to do. LeBron James is the parent that is saying, I don't care about my kids learning these lessons. I'm going to give them special treatment. Why? So that I can be regarded as being even greater. The first person to be on the same team with my son in the NBA, all these different things. And in my opinion, his ego and his insecurities are getting in the way of him allowing Bronny to develop. And Queez just said another good point. His teammates are going to resent him. What's his teammate, matter of fact, on the G League? His teammate on the G League, and let's be clear, when you're on that bench, you're taking away a spot from somebody who possibly deserves it more than you. And I'll give you, and Mark, we'll see you, brother. We'll see you on Friday. And when you take away that spot, I'll give you an example. The player on his team that actually plays guard. So on the G League team, the developmental team, they have another player on the team that plays guard. He's a guard, and he's averaging like 29 points a game. And I think they may actually get into this video. If they do, then whatever. But he's like the second leading scorer in the entire G League. He's on the G League team. From my understanding, he didn't get elevated to the NBA roster. Why would LeBron James do this? This is why people love Kobe the way that we love Kobe. Because he's him, he's unapologetic. He doesn't give a damn what people think about him. He's just going to be the asshole that's going to outwork everybody and challenge you to get the most out of you, or else he's going to be in your face. Like, that's what Kobe Bryant represents. That's what we saw a lot of Michael Jordan in The Last Dance. But in my opinion, LeBron James, he's upset because people will never look at him, revere him the way that they revere Michael Jordan. Never. It doesn't even matter what he does. He knows there's nothing that he can do to be seen as, in the majority of people's eyes, as better than Michael Jordan. Even if they think he's better. Like, I think he's a better all-around player, but I don't think he's better. You get what I'm saying? There's two totally different things. I definitely don't think he's greater. But even if he is, I'm still taking Mike. I still look at Mike as Mike. Mike's greater. It is what it is. Just is what it is. And he will never be loved the way that Kobe is loved. Now, Kobe's passing obviously increased that and enhanced that. But even before Kobe passed, he's not getting, he's in Kobe's shadow on the Lakers. So this type of mindset, I don't know. And the worst part is, and people say, well, there's nepotism all over the place. You're hurting Bronny. Bronny should be in college right now, playing with the kids that are on his level. But instead, he's being used as a pawn by LeBron James to try to make people look at LeBron James in a different light. And LeBron James may not care the impact that it has now. LeBron James may be just thinking legacy-wise, well, 100 years from now, they just going to say that I played with my son. So who knows? Who knows? But let's keep going a little bit with the video.
That Bron last season said that Bronny was good enough to play in the NBA back then. Actually, scratch that. Not good enough to play was better than several players. And for those of you who might have forgotten, here is the direct post. Quote, man, Bronny definitely better than some of these cats I've been watching on League Pass today. Shit lightweight hilarious. Now, what's actually lightweight hilarious, though, is Bronny's NBA stat line at the moment of 0.7 of a point, 0.3 of an assist, and 0.2 of a rebound per game on 16% shooting from the field. And the plan, apparently moving forward, for whatever reason, like he's actually adding anything to the Lakers, was that Bronny would split time between the Lakers G League affiliate in South Bay and the actual team his daddy is running, and holding a roster spot for Junior Open. We initially learned Bronny would be available for all of South Bay's home games only, and then be with the Lakers' active roster when South Bay was on the road. But it was LeBron's longtime confidant, Brian Windhorst, a guy who rode LeBron's coattails all the way from high school to the big leagues of ESPN, while, mind you, writing multiple books about him along the way, who ultimately stabbed the self-proclaimed king in the back. A2 Brute, with Windhorst reporting that the reason Bronny wasn't going to be available for the G League road games was because he refused to fly commercial airlines and travel with his teammates.
I don't know the extent of that. That seems a little bit over dramatized. I don't think that Bronny came out and said, I'm not going to be flying commercial. I don't even want to keep going with this video. I'm going to be totally honest. I don't even want to keep going with this video. I just want to make a couple points. I think that this is where we get caught up in the idolatry, where we idolize these people so much that we just excuse behavior, we excuse integrity, we excuse principles just to go along with our favorite basketball players, with our favorite actors, no different than Denzel. I don't understand why we're allowing this type of thing. But in my opinion, I just think that it's a very bad thing for Bronny. And I think that LeBron James is highlighting how dangerous insecurities are. I think LeBron James has been obviously one of the greatest athletes of all time. But in my opinion, he's always been insecure. He's always tried to look cool. I don't think that he ever just felt like, yo, I'm cool. I don't think he ever had that like Kobe had, or had it like MJ had, or had it like plenty of other players have had. I think LeBron James was always the awkward kid that was trying to fit in and trying to be seen as cool. not just the very good basketball player. And all those insecurities are showing up in how he's treating his son and how he's treating his son's situation. And I think that he's going to be very, very upset at himself. Eventually when when the ego dies down a bit and he realizes the harm that he's causing Bronny. So we'll leave that there. We'll leave that there. Ew, it's Dak. Just want to thank you for checking out our video and visiting the OG Network. If you enjoyed the video, please make sure that you give us a like. And if you're looking to join a community of inspired individuals striving for purposeful abundance, subscribe. And if you're feeling real generous, share the video with some friends and family. All right, I'll see y'all soon. Ew.